Okay, so welcome to the LinkedIn Mastery Course group call. Today is July the 12th. And since this is the first of the new round of group calls, I generally focus the first call regarding questions about optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Have both of you had a chance to kind of go through the first module and begin the process of updating your profiles?
I changed my URL. I made it a more custom one.
Okay, well, that's a great start. Were there any challenges? Like, did you run into any problems going through that process?
No, I actually Googled how to do it.
On the URL?
Yeah, I had to find it, so I Googled how to find it. Once I found it, I was able to change it.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else as far as profile goes? Any other questions, concerns in that first round?
No, I think so.
I'm afraid I didn't look to see that I had access to modules. Okay, so I will go ahead and do that. I've been looking at other people's descriptions to kind of get ideas. I hadn't been in LinkedIn for such a long time that I didn't realize that description was there and how powerful it can be. I looked at somebody's today and I noticed that she had included a free gift that then took me to her landing page, or I don't know the term, but it seemed like then I went to another page, put in my information, and then got a free gift. Is this something that I should eventually be planning to do? I mean, on the profile, is all of this covered in that module that I haven't looked at yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's something to consider. So in the module, we talk about having some kind of a call to action in your profile, and I think that's what you're getting at with a website link in the profile. I imagine what you were going through was you were taken to a landing page, and on the landing page, it's usually please provide your name and email address in exchange for a free gift of some kind. So that gift is probably like a free report or a video series or something of that nature. And essentially, they're using their LinkedIn profile as a lead building machine, which is one way of doing it. Now, unless you're actively messaging people and actively kind of integrating a campaign behind it, I'd say that not a lot of people are going to organically come across your profile and opt in for your stuff. It does happen from time to time, but usually what would be best suited for that kind of thing would be to pair like a template that you can message to targeted prospects. And so you have a text template, you message those targeted prospects, and then you guide them to that landing page through your profile. Does that make sense?
Okay. I have another question. I don't think I understand this contact situation. And I think what happened today is I clicked on add contacts, and I think what it took was my my contact list in Yahoo. I have to think that's what happened. And now I'm getting messages from people, and I probably would not have automatically asked people to be part of my network, and I'm somewhat embarrassed because I don't know what I'm doing when I'm adding contacts, and it says add all, and I didn't know what add all meant. It was like 314, and it's like, oh my God, what did I do? So I don't know how to, I mean, people will opt in or they'll continue to send me emails, but how do I control this? What I don't know, I don't know.
Gotcha.
And
I guess the way that I can best describe that is, when you first creating your network, you would go to. I know I'm sharing my screen right now. You can watch this on the video replay in the membership site after the fact. I think you said you're on your phone, so you can't see what I'm doing right now. But when you go into LinkedIn and you go to My Network, you can start to. It's going to prompt you to either import your contact list, which is what I think you did. So it sounds like you imported your list from Yahoo. So on the left-hand side of the menu here, it says you have more contacts to connect with, continue. So if I were to go in and click this button here, it's going to go through, and I can add a bunch of connections that have been found through my email address. And so it sounds like what happened is you went ahead and you sent out to all of the people on your Yahoo. The only thing you can do at this point, because that all those would have been sent, is if you go into the My Network setting, you can go to the requests that you have pending, and on those you can stop them from continuing to remind them by removing all of your pending requests.
or selecting out. So I go to My Network, and one of the options on My Network is pending.
So you go to My Network, and then you're going to click on you're going to see where it says either there are pending invitations or no pending invitations, and you're going to click on the button that says Manage All. So it's going to be toward the top in the middle section. It'll just say Manage All in gray. And what you would do is you would click on Manage Invitations, and they have a Received section and a Sent section. So I would go to you'd have to go to the Sent section, and then you can go through and withdraw any invitations that were sent out that were not replied to. So,
okay.
Because otherwise what will happen is those people will continue to get email reminders if they didn't accept your invitation. They might continue to get little pop-ups that say, this person is trying to connect with you, and if you don't want them to be hit with those, then you would want to go in and withdraw the invitations. But unfortunately, you have to do that one by one. It doesn't have a withdrawal all option.
Okay. And then I notice that when I first go in, it gives me options to select people as well. Is this the same thing where I clicked the Manage All and wound up selecting people, or can I still just...
So it's right above where you select people. So right above where it says people you may know, there's a section that will say Manage All, and that's where you would click in there, and that's where you pending requests. Now this, for anyone else that's listening on the call, it's good to manage how many outgoing pending requests are out there, because if you've been building your network and you're sending a lot of connection requests to people, LinkedIn will actually look at the ratio of how many accepted connection requests to how many not accepted. So if you have a bunch of outstanding requests and people are not accepting them, it'll actually reduce the amount of people that will be shown your profile. So it can actually slow you down a little bit. So what I like to do is every now and then, after every couple weeks or every month, I'll go in there and I'll clear out any requests that I've sent out that nobody's accepted. I'll go in there and clear it out so that I'm not getting people just sitting there that are not responding to my requests. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then in Sukanya, so that's something that I would apply for you as well. So if you're building out your network, definitely be mindful of how many outgoing requests you have, because they do add up over time, especially if you're if you're going in here and you're adding and you're targeting by industry, you're targeting about specific types of people. If they're not responding, it can slow down your natural growth. So for both of you, I would suggest looking at that.
Okay, I've cleared out mine because I remember when I did the weekend, that was something you mentioned on there. So I think I've cleared it all out. I've accepted the ones that have, and then I just sent. And what I do is I only send out a few at a time.
That's good.
So instead of like clicking through a whole bunch of people, I might do like 5 or 6 of them, and then see what happens with it, and then go.
And I think that's an okay strategy. I mean, you want to constantly be building your network, but you don't need to be rushing it and doing 100 a day or anything like that. So I think as long as you're consistent with that, that's a great strategy.
Okay, good.
You're kind of in it for the long haul there, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But I think it's an efficient strategy of what you're doing, and just make sure that when you're targeting, that you're not just going on the people that you may know. You should also be targeting by using the search functionality here. So are you doing searches?
No, actually right now, all I've been doing is targeting people that's in the people you may know, but that I know that know people I want to know.
Okay, perfect.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. So which business are you focused on right now with LinkedIn?
Right now, for me right now, I'm just anybody that is like either a CEO of a company, because we're gearing in for the holiday season. Like in a few months, I'll be gearing towards the nonprofits. But for now, I'm gearing for the holidays.
So you're primarily focused on the casino rental business, and that's
correct.
You're pretty much all in on that. Okay, perfect. And Dave's doing that with you, and then working for Pepsi too.
Yeah, we're not worried about Pepsi. Could do their own thing. They got $1 billion budget. I don't.
You're doing fine, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay. So just to kind of give you an idea, I mean, if you go into can you see my screen right now?
I can a little bit, yes.
Okay.
There, I'm able. Well, I just blew it up some.
Okay, and I can. Okay, as long as you can see it. So in the top left corner, you can kind of type in some search parameters. So if I want to search for CEOs, I can just type in the term CEO up there, and then I can come down here and look for people with the title CEO. So I would just click here. This is going to narrow my search down to people with the title CEO.
Uh-huh.
And then I can, on the right here, this is where you can do further filters for targeting. And again, this is from the free version of LinkedIn. So if you get the paid version, which I kind of turn it on and off periodically right now, but you can on the free version you can target here. So you can look at CEO's title. I would go to locations. And are you targeting like Greater Los Angeles area? Is there a specific what area are you want to focus on the most?
The greater LA area for now, I guess, because everything like San Fernando, everything that's LA County, it's really going to be greater LA area.
Okay, yeah. So according to LinkedIn, greater LA area pretty much covers from Santa Barbara to roughly Orange County.
Okay.
Are you looking at San Diego too, or?
No, that's a little bit too far for us.
Okay. So those are the two things that I would do then is I would come in, I would enter the title CEO, which we did in that first step. Mm-hmm. Click on locations, go to Greater Los Angeles area.
Okay, they don't have it, so should I add that?
What do you mean they don't have what?
Well, when I open up that box, it says location. It's on the right-hand side, right?
Click add and just type in Los Angeles, and it'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Greater Los Angeles area. Okay.
And then on the top, I would click on second and third. So don't click on first, because first are people you're already connected to.
Okay.
You want to filter down to second and third degree connections because you want to expand your network.
Okay.
Later on, if you're running some kind of a messaging campaign where you want to direct message CEOs and you have a template you've created that you're using to direct message a group of them, then you might want to look at your first degree connections. But when we're just building out your network, you always want to look at second and third degree only.
Okay.
So from here, you could kind of scroll through and you can look through the profiles, and you can start to connect with people that are fitting your target market.
Okay.
So this is the step that I would take to get started, so that you're building out your connection with CEOs. The thing that happens is the broader your network, the more visibility you'll have to see other CEOs and other people in the area. So it takes some time to build out your network so that you're able to see more people. And that's why on our LinkedIn course, we talked a little bit about LinkedIn Open Networkers. You remember that part?
Yes.
So have you been connecting with any LinkedIn Open Networkers?
No, I have not.
Okay, that's something I would encourage you to do simultaneously to targeting CEOs. And again, the reason being that you can only see people that are in your second or third degree connections on LinkedIn, especially with the free version of LinkedIn.
Okay.
So if you don't know somebody that knows that CEO, or you don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows the CEO, then you're not even going to be able to see them. So that's one of the limitations with the free account versus the paid account. With the paid account, you have more. You can pretty much have access to everybody's profiles, but you have to have that $80 a month sales navigator paid account. So one of the tricks that we teach that kind of lets you have a lot of access to finding more people without having to pay $80 a month is to target those LinkedIn Open Networkers, because a lot of these people are connected to 10,000 plus connections. So if I'm connecting to somebody in the Los Angeles area that's a LinkedIn Open Networker and they have 10,000 connections, the odds are they're going to know somebody that's connected to more of these CEOs, and they'll bring them closer within the degrees of separation. So they're going to be within my either my third or second degree network. They'll be coming closer to me, and then I can target them doing that CEO search. So is that making sense? Are you following?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Can you elaborate what you mean by finding open networkers?
Yes. So if you're going into the network search, so what I'm showing her is I'm showing her to use a search bar. You can actually type in job titles or characteristics of a prospect that you want to target. So if you want to target open networkers, you would type in the acronym, which is LION, in the search bar, and that acronym stands for LinkedIn Open Networker. And the reason this is helpful is because these are people that are basically going on LinkedIn, and all they're doing is hitting connect, and they're just they're purposely just building their networks as wide as possible. So the fact that they already have this huge network of people, like a lot of them have 10 to 20,000 connections, means that as soon as you connect with one of those people, everybody they're connected to enters into your second degree network, because now you know that person who knows those 10 to 20,000 people. So what it does is it kind of brings the universe a little bit smaller, and it just brings people closer to your degrees of separation, because LinkedIn, its targeting is all based on degrees of separation. So is that making sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think if you're able to watch the video afterwards, you can see exactly how I'm targeting. I'm going to put this in the membership site. Again, it takes about 48 hours, but I'll have this call with the video up in the membership site. So you can watch the replay, and you can actually see what I'm typing in and how you can do this. I think that might be helpful for you too.
Yeah, I opened up my iPad, so I'm now looking.
Okay, perfect.
I have a second question, if I could ask. Perfect. I added the coaching, but what happened is the job I had before is still coming up at the top. At least it was when I put it in.
Gotcha.
Rather than the coaching coming up on top now, it's still up behind the
I understand exactly what you're saying. So the way to really handle that is are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you're entering, when you go to your profile, so if you were just getting on LinkedIn here, you click on your profile picture, you click on this that says View Profile. So you click the down caret on me, go to View Profile, and what we're doing is we're going to click on the pencil icon over by the profile, which is to edit. So if I click on that, and then I can look here and it says current position. So whatever I put here as current position is the one that's gonna populate there. So if I want the coaching to be the one that populates there, I would change it here. So like for me, I could either have myself being the founder of my company Coaching Biz Mastery, or I could have it show being the co-founder of LinkedIn Mastery Course, but you kind of choose your position here.
Okay.
That's the one that's going to display. So you can only have one display on the top here. You can edit the text up here, like if you want to put it in your headline, if you want to mention that you're coaching or whatnot, you can adjust your headline and put references to that in the headline. But as far as your current position, you can only show one, and it's only going to give me the options to display a position that I've listed as that I'm presently working at. So if you go down to your work history down here, it needs to show that you are working to the present day on that company. So if you said that you were working there from 2010 to 2016, it wouldn't give you the option. So you have to input that you're working there present day. So for instance, I'm just kind of showing you here. So if I go to my work experience and I look at my LinkedIn Mastery course, I can click the pencil icon here, and I need to make sure that this box here is checked that says I currently work here. So as long as that's checked, that says I currently work here, then I have the option of making that the job that displays at the top of my profile.
Oh, great.
Okay, so if that wasn't checked that you currently work there, it's not going to give you the option to display that. So that's why you make sure that box is checked also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I see Marla joined the call. Hi, Marla. Did you have any questions? Can you hear and see everything?
No, see, I'm on the phone, but I'm looking now at the iPad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In fact, I'm not getting sound on my iPad, but yeah, so now this is working out perfectly. Okay, I think those were some of the questions.
So I have a question for you.
Now when I go in, it's listing now some people in the coaching field, whereas before it was just listing more people that were associated to my former job.
For your network? So
So the network is getting, so I'm getting more people. And I surprised how many people have responded. I'm getting, people are being very kind. But then this situation where I did the manage all that produced some issues. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Great. Sakanya, you were just saying you had another question?
Yeah, I had a question. When we were talking about, growing my network and stuff like that, before I start targeting those CEOs, which obviously I want to do like ASAP, should it be, I should update my profile first and get that all going? Because otherwise, if I ask them to join my network and my profile looks half done, they just may ignore me, correct?
That's very true. So ideally, you would improve your profile first, because first impressions are big.
Right.
So you want to make a strong first impression. And one of the things that when we get a little more advanced here is when you're targeting these people, I usually encourage you to every now and then look at who's viewed your profile, because even if they don't connect with you, they may still view your profile. So when you go to if you go to the home icon, you can see here that I've had 603 people have viewed my profile recently, and I can only I can see I can see 5 under the free account.
Right. I have. Yeah, I did that. I saw that. That tells you how long ago. Like I have one that was like a month ago, 2 months ago, 4 weeks ago, 8 hours ago. And then I have one LinkedIn member who viewed me in private mode.
Yeah, so that tends to happen. But the point is when you see these people that have viewed me, like this guy here's a CEO of PM Packaging. He may or may not be local, but it's a little bit of a warmer relationship at this point that he's taken the time to view my profile.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was running a campaign where I'm sending out private messages, I would wait until somebody's viewed my profile, and then I might send out a message and say, "Hey, I noticed that you viewed my profile," and then I would have my whatever call to action or value proposition I would put behind that. So it kind of just makes it a little bit warmer of a relationship. I mean, essentially, you're still cold calling for the most part here, but it's I'm frequently looking at who's viewed my profile and then trying to. If I'm going to send a direct message, I want to strike while the iron's hot. So I want to strike while I'm still in their consciousness, and then I want to message them at that point.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So that.
Because they made that they reached. It's almost like they reached out to you just by viewing you. They had the interest at least.
Yeah, and as we go a little further in the course, I'm going to show you some tools. Like I have this plugin. I don't know if you've noticed this. There's this thing called Duck Soup on the right that pops up on my screen here, DUXSOUP. And what this tool does is I can set this on autopilot, and what it'll do is it'll go and view thousands of profiles automatically for me. Mm-hmm. And the reason I might want to do that is then I can come back and I can look at who has viewed me back. So if I want to try to warm up a relationship, I can view thousands of profiles, and then I can keep tabs on like who's viewing me back, and it will also show me kind of who's actively using their LinkedIn account too. So this is more effective when you have the paid membership active, and I'm going to be reactivating my premium account here shortly because we'll be doing some demonstrations on the premium account side. But it's when you have the premium, you can see all of the people that have viewed your profile in the last 90 days. So I can kind of go through and I can see everybody. I'm not limited to just seeing the last 5.
Okay.
So if you're running a full kind of campaign blitz, then you would definitely want to use you'd want to use like these automation tools to kind of help warm up the relationships, and you want to do anything you can to make it a little bit warmer before you start reaching out to people directly.
Okay.
And again, I'll talk more about like Duck Soup later in the course. So as we go into future modules and future group calls, I'll be doing like a whole segment on that a little bit later. But for now, kind of I want to just keep you focused on kind of getting your profile optimized, and then we'll talk about like the tactics as far as targeting and messaging people directly, and things that I've found to be useful and that have worked for me. So I'll be sharing that stuff.
Okay.
So any other questions as far as the profile is concerned? Do either of you, let me see here, want me to do the video profile review now, or would you prefer to, did you want to do some updates on your own and then have me do the video profile review after?
Yeah, I'd rather that, because I just added my picture tonight as we're doing this, and my background. I just updated that. So I want to update it first and then get a review.
Okay. Well, actually, we're not even connected yet, so let me connect with you.
Oh, I thought we were.
I think I'm connected to Dave, but not to you yet. And let me check on you, Marla, and see if we're connected yet. I know we are on Facebook. Yeah, we're not on LinkedIn either. Let me connect with you also.
And what's Connie's name to connect?
I'm sorry, what's that?
what's Connie's name to connect? So she and I can connect?
Oh,
She's talking about me, Sukanya.
Yeah. So, Sukanya, you want to spell that for her, Sukanya?
Sure. It's S as in Sam, UKANYA, and then last name is Northup, NORTHUP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you were both at the Ignite Your Biz event, so you were both there.
Right. So I have one more question. I was looking at at creating a logo. I don't really have it in mind yet.
Mm-hmm.
What is the value of a logo, and what is there something specific in considering a logo on LinkedIn?
I don't overthink logos too much. I mean, it depends on who you ask, to be honest. From a branding perspective, having a logo can be valuable if you're looking to, to create a lasting brand. Are you familiar with Fiverr?
Yeah, that's what I just went on to look at it.
Like the LinkedIn Mastery Course logo I had created in Fiverr, which I'll show you real quick here. So this logo here, it just says kind of like LMC, LinkedIn Mastery Course with the graduation hat.
Mm-hmm.
I had them create that in Fiverr, for a true $5.
Really?
And so I just I've used that. So I'm usually pretty, if you want to get something fancy, obviously you're going to have to spend a little bit more. And if you want to be more custom and have something a little more artsy, you'd want to find a graphic designer. But as far as, I'm more about taking fast action. I found, fast action and then putting in the work is what's more valuable to me than overthinking kind of like a logo. Because I think what happens is if we spend too much time on the logo and in overthinking it, then a lot of the other action steps can get missed. And I'd rather just get something out there because you can always make it better later on. So I'd rather just kind of have something that looks, professional, that's functional out there, so that we can start kind of the process of targeting and then starting to build business behind it. And then as the company grows, you can, if you feel the need, you can update the logo to something a little bit more fancy. That's the way I look at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, exactly. So when you went on Fiverr, did you already have this design created? Did you already have this design in mind, or do you give them an idea of what you want and they then create it? I don't know how much preparation they give.
Yeah, I filled out about a page of information. So I kind of described what it was that I was building. I said it's a LinkedIn digital curriculum. It's called LinkedIn Mastery Course. I sent them a link to my landing page at the time. And I kind of just said, you have full creative freedom. Just give me something that's gonna work for this. And they came back and they gave me a couple different concepts. So I think they gave me 3 concepts, and I chose from those one of the concepts they had created, and then I had one revision, and I made a slight revision to it also. But what happens is you usually get like 2 or 3, usually 1 to 3 revisions, for $5. If you spend like $20 or $30, you can get even more revisions, and from there you can kind of work with them to get a few different concepts and get something that you like.
Okay.
So really, it's just about providing them with as much information by text that you can, so that they can be creative. Because I wasn't looking to be like super over the top creative. I have some graphic designer friends that I could have hired for a couple $100. That wasn't like a priority for me. It was more of just getting something that was functional and getting it out there so I could just focus on marketing and selling the course. So.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Any other questions coming up right now?
Yeah, I have a question. They ask you, one of the things they say, to put in, like, maybe add your email address. And, I use my business email because that's, what I'm trying to kind of go through there. When I put it in, apparently LinkedIn doesn't support that webmail platform.
Which when you're talking about putting in your email, you mean in your actual profile? So if I'm going in and putting it on the back end, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, it asks you, says your email address. So I went to go put it in. Like I said, you want to include your email address. So I go to type it in. Let me try this again. Let's see. SnapKings.com. Continue. And it says, we don't currently support that webmail service. Please try a different service or upload a contacts file.
And are you looking at my screen right now?
Yeah, I am now.
Are you looking on like the back end here where you're adding an email address on the back end? And is this kind of?
Oh, no. This was it was on the left side on my page. Oh, no, I might not admit on my home page. Where was I at?
Are you trying to import contacts from that email service? That might be the problem because you can't import from certain.
Oh, maybe that's what I was doing, and I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I thought I was adding my email address so that if people wanted to email me.
So you should be able to do that. So if you want to just add your email address for people to email you, just kind of follow me here. So you click on the me icon with the down caret.
Right.
Then go to settings and privacy.
Got it. Email addresses, I see.
Email address, and you should be able to go ahead and add an email address. You should be able to add it there, and that way, if somebody types in your email address, they can find you by it.
Okay. I already have it added in, so I guess I've already done that.
Yeah. So I think what you were trying to do is you were trying to import contacts from that email, and yes, LinkedIn is limited on how many or on who you can import contacts from. So I think it's only like Yahoo and Gmail, things like that. So, but you can, if you have a spreadsheet, like if you want to import all your contacts, you can export them onto a spreadsheet and then import that spreadsheet into LinkedIn.
Okay.
That's something you want to do.
Okay.
But as far as, so if you already have that, then you're good. So anybody that types in your email address will be able to find you by that email.
Okay. All right, I did that. Okay, so I already had that in there. All right, so it looks like I've done. Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm a little bit further ahead than I thought I was.
And now, do you both remember, like on the background photo, kind of how were you able to watch and see kind of how to create the background photo? I know we showed you on the live demonstration, but are you both kind of comfortable with Canva? You want me to go over that again?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
actually, well, you can for her. I went in there and started playing around with stuff because I used it for my I used it for something else.
Yeah.
I was doing it for I was creating my YouTube channel. That's what I used it for.
That's great. Yeah. So I'll just, Marla, I'll just kind of go in here one more time. But if you go to, so the website is canva.com. So canva.com. And you'll have to create an account in there before you can get started. So it's going to ask you to create an account. It's free. But you'll have to just kind of put in your email and create an account. And then what you would do is once you've created an account, it'll take you to the front page here. And all I would do is I would click the plus icon here. It says more. And I can kind of go through all the various types of templates that are available to use. The ones on top are the most popular, and the LinkedIn banner actually pops up on top here. But if this may not be the exact same thing that displays for you. So if you want to find the LinkedIn banner naturally, you would just scroll down to where it says social media and email headers, and you would find the LinkedIn banner template right here. So all I have to do is I just come in here, and I can create a LinkedIn banner template. I can pick from these generic kind of designs. And if you'll notice in the bottom right corner, some of them say free, and then some of them do not. So the ones that say free are totally free to use. The ones that have a $sign are 99 cents to buy. So it's up to you if you want to use a free one or a not free one. What I usually do is I'll just pick a free one, and then I'll usually change the background photo. But I'll kind of look for something with the text. I'll look more at the text effects, on which text effects I kind of like, and then I'll kind of work with that. So, for instance, when we showed Andres's profile last time, well, he was using a paid one, but I think I showed. Here's one I showed. I think in the course was this one here. That's kind of motivation, marketing, and mindset. So if I want to use this, all I have to do is just click in here, and I can change the text just like if it was like a Word document or anything else. So if I know for you, Marla, you're focused on coaching. So if I wanted to type in coaching there, and then 2 other benefits, I can put it on my benefits right here, and then I can just kind of change the company name at the bottom by just clicking in there. And if you don't like the background photo, you can just kind of click outside here. You just press the delete button on your keyboard, and then I can upload my own photo and drag it in there. So, for instance, I don't know, I mean, I could just grab, here's a guy parachuting, but if I can kind of drag it in there, and if I wanted to if I wanted to show a different section of the image, I would just press the crop button up here, and then I can drag it to show like which section of the image I want to show. So maybe I want to show the guy up to that point, and then it would just kind of make it fit like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of an easy way to create a LinkedIn background photo. So once you've created it, you just press the download button up here in the top right corner of Canva. So I'll just show you because I'll just download it. So I just press download. You can download it as a PNG. That's totally fine. It'll download this into your downloads folder, and then once that's completed, you would go back into LinkedIn and you would just add that into your LinkedIn profile as a background photo. So for instance, let me go to my profile and just show you where you do that. So on my profile here, I would just click on the update background photo button here. I would click on upload photo, and then I can upload that new background image that I've created. So I'm not going to do it all the way, but I would just double click and put that in.
Okay.
And it's pre-sized, so it's going to fit inside of LinkedIn. Now it's optimized for desktop. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll put it in there, and then I'll open up my phone and look at what it looks like on a mobile, and I might move things around. So like if you look at my background image there's a lot of blank space, but the reason I have it like this is because if you look at me on mobile, it looks pretty good on the background like that. So I just leave it like that because for people that are viewing my profile on a mobile. So I try to be mindful of the fact that a lot of people on LinkedIn are on their mobile phones. So I want to make sure that my background photo is going to look good on both mobile and on desktop.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. And then now we didn't really get into this too much, but there's this thing called LinkedIn symbols. So in the if you look at like my profile summary here, you can see like this finger pointing here, or the diamonds, or the email logo, or the arrows, things like that. These are all symbols that you can grab and use for. All you have to do is kind of cut and paste them into the onto your profile. So I usually recommend doing this because it kind of breaks up the monotony of just having pure text on your description. So it kind of just makes it look a little bit more organized. And so if you kind of look through mine here, you can see like I have the services offered, and then each service has a check mark and then bullet points. So I just usually recommend kind of breaking it up and making it into clear sections so that it's easier to consume. Because I think if you just have pure text, a lot of people get overwhelmed when they see too much text on screen and they won't consume the data. So I want to make it as easy, as painless as possible. And then also keeping in mind that I only have 2,000 characters to use. So that's why I don't, on these bottom sections here, I don't have additional bullet points because I ran out of characters. So I can only type in 2,000 characters in my summary section. On the website, there's a link to a LinkedIn symbols guide that I created, and I think I can. Have you both been able to find that at all? Or I think what I could do is I can put it inside of the video chat here, I believe. So let me see if I can do that. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to try to find the symbols guide, and I'm going to put it in the chat, so you, in case you haven't grabbed that yet, so you can just kind of use that as a starting point to put these symbols in your profiles. So let me see here.
Okay, yeah, I opened it up in the PDF, so all I have to do is like copy and paste it, the ones I want, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, 'cause, like for me, the cards and the dice are like good ones to use.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for you, because that's brand appropriate. I mean, it kind of fits in with you. It fits in with what you're doing, so that's perfect. And then for you, Marla, it looks. Let me see. I don't think I can. Let me see if I can drag this over here.
Can you just send the website or the URL?
Yeah. Let me grab it real quick here. So yeah, that'll work. So give me 1 second here. Let's see. Then yeah, there we go. Copy. Okay, so I'm putting it in the chat. So from your iPad, Marla, you'd want to just kind of go into the chat inside of the group call here. And in the chat, I have a link that will take you to the symbols guide.
Chat. Okay.
Were you able to find that?
More? No, that's raised hand. I don't know which
Kind of on the bottom of the screen, there should be a thing that says chat, and you can access.
Pops, I'm seeing audio and video.
Or what I can do, why don't I just do this? I'll email it to you after the call, Marla. So I'll just send you an email with the link.
Yeah.
I think that'll be easiest.
Yeah, my PC, I put Fix Me Stick on it, so it's going through the virus, and so
Gotcha.
I know how to get there.
So it's in the membership site, but yeah, I'll send you an email just so you can have that faster and it's easier to access.
Thank you.
Here, I just put it on my screen here. This is the document, but I'll give you the link for it. But it'll have basically it has these symbols all kind of provided for you, and all you have to do is find the ones that you want to use, and then you kind of just highlight them and then copy and paste them.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. So if I wanted to use like the fingers, I can grab them here, paste them into my profile, or there's like a trademark and copyright section here. the check marks, different check marks to use. So all this stuff. So you can kind of go through it. And it's useful because it makes your, a couple things. So it makes your profile pop a little bit. So if somebody's coming across, they're going to be more intrigued to stop and look at it. So like if you're for you, Sukanya, if you're targeting CEOs and they see your headline has a couple symbols in it, it's just more, it's kind of like a pattern interrupt. So it's more attractive to go look at. And so it's more likely they might take the next step and then read the next section of your profile. So I think it's going to add some flair and makes it, more attractive.
Okay. Okay, I'll start working on that.
And don't forget when you're doing your job your job history here, make sure to be filling out the entire section here as well, because you get another 2,000 characters to use for this section. So even though it may be a little bit redundant at times, I would encourage you to reiterate all the points that are relevant to your business, because from an SEO search engine optimization standpoint, you want to be popping for the keywords that people are searching. So if I want to be known as a casino rental company, I'm going to want to use casino rental as much as possible in my profile, while keeping it in a naturally languaged pattern, because I want to be ranked for it. Remember when we did the word cloud in the live? So we want that word cloud to show, if somebody's searching for casino rental companies, that we want you to be known for that, so that you're going to be popping up first when somebody searches that.
Okay, so what I want to do, like for myself, so my main keywords then would be casino rentals, poker tournaments, and fundraisers. Yeah.
So one other, let me just give you this tool real quick. There's a website called Sem Rush. So it's
I looked that up when you gave that to us that day.
It's a great tool.
It is.
For looking at competitor research and things like that. But if I'm looking at like casino rentals, and I'm not even sure that that's what people are searching for, but I'm just going to start there. I get a starting point, and I can see here that there are 320 people in the entire U.S. that search casino rentals every month. So this is every month in Google. So it's not a lot. So that's not much at all. But if I come down here, it'll start to say like phrase matches that might work. So here's like casino party rentals.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. It has a high volume.
That has 1,000. So that's getting more up there with bigger volume. So I can kind of go through and start to do research on what people are searching on Google, and then based on what they're searching, those are the keywords that I really want to include in my LinkedIn profile.
Okay, so for me, it'd be casino party rentals.
Yeah, so let's see here. Let me click on that and see if. So casino party rentals, that's it's still not a ton of traffic, but it's better than 300.
Yep.
Let's see here though. Relevant casino party rental equipment. Let me try like casino parties, something like that. So I would play with it for a while and see what people are searching. But if I put in casino parties, that's also not very much, 390. But here, Jackpot Party Casino has 49,000. I don't know if that's relevant for what you're doing, but Jackpot Party Casino might be a brand.
I think it is. That's why I'm thinking. Oh, but casino theme party. Look at that, 1,600.
Yeah, so casino theme party, that's got search volume. So I would play around with this for a while and start to do some research. And then over here you can see like other companies that are kind of your competitors that are running ads. So like this can be useful too. So here's this is in, let's see here. Well, Salinas Casino Parties, if that's Salinas, California, you're in the right neighborhood at least, even though Salinas is way up in Northern California.
Right.
Let's see here. So that's casino party. So what you can do also is you can grab the URL, which is like the web address of one of these companies. And I can do a search over here. I go into domain analytics, and I can search by website. That didn't quite work. Hang on. And so I can search by website, and then I can kind of come down here and see, I can look at their list of keywords that they're ranking for and get a feel for what they're doing. And it looks like, so here's like a strategy that they're using is they're kind of targeting like people they're searching like casino in this area. So that's kind of what they're targeting. So I don't know if that would be smart or not, because people searching for casinos in LA are probably looking for Indian casinos, not for party rentals. So what I recommend though is I try to find some competitors. So even if you know of any competitors, and then look at the keywords that they're ranking for, because I'm all about, if you can find, this company doesn't appear to be having a ton of organic, they're probably not doing that much on search. But if you can find a company that is and model what they're doing, that can be really effective. So I would use this tool to try to find a big competitor of yours that might be national, and kind of look at what they're ranking for, and then kind of mimic that, but on a more local scale.
Okay. So I'll do that on there. I did it with the keywords, but I didn't do it with the domain name.
Yeah, you can do it with domain names too. So again, it's very useful for domain names because you can see what keywords that they're ranking for organically, and you can see what keywords that they're paying to rank for. So if they're running like a Google AdWords spend, that'll show up there also. So you can see which ones that they're putting money behind also.
Okay.
So it's pretty effective.
Okay.
And we can explore this more in the future calls also, because it's a process. Especially this is all competitive analysis stuff, so this can take some time. So we'll go deeper on this as we go forward too.
Okay. I will just work right now on just getting my profile updated, and that way you could take a look at it and then tell me what I need to improve on.
Awesome. And then Marla, do you have any other questions before we wrap up here?
This has been awesome. Not right this second. I'll go look at that module and continue to work on the profile. But you've been so helpful, and it was nice meeting you. And this is going to be an exciting experience. So thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Perfect. So so we'll do another call next Wednesday at 7.
Okay.
So start working on this stuff, and come prepared with questions, because I think it's most effective to kind of, if you've been playing with it and you're running into any problems, I can address them personally head on the calls. And even if you for some reason can't make one of the calls, email me the questions, because I can do a screen share, and I can still kind of take your question on the call, even though you're not there, and you can watch the replay later on too.
Right.
So
all right, sounds good.
And you said when we're editing, make sure we have that icon on and off, so that it's not sharing out to other people, correct?
Yeah. So when you're editing, you want to turn that off that says update your network anytime you make a profile change. You want that set to off, because otherwise, every time you make a simple change, it'll just continue to notify everybody. So it's just kind of I think it's kind of it kind of annoys people. I think if you're updating them 7 times in 1 hour that you've made a profile change, I think it's just kind of too much. So I would recommend turning that off. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's like every time everybody changes their profile picture on Facebook, you get a notification on it.
Exactly. It's just like that. So I turn that off, and if I want everyone to see a change, I might turn it on at the very end and then make one change so that everybody gets notified. But I would only use that strategically. I'm not going to. I don't want everyone to know every time I'm making a small change to my LinkedIn profile because it's like it's a living organism. I'm changing it all the time. So.
Can you go to that icon just so that I can make sure what it looks like on and off?
Yeah. So let me see here. So if I'm in my profile here, all I would do is I would go like I'm editing it. So I just click on the pencil icon, and then right here it says Share Profile Changes. So you want this to be turned off. So right now it's turned off here. So if I click on it, I can turn it on or off. I want it to be off.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap up right now, but we'll be back on next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So I'll see you both then.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.